City volunteers in British Columbia, Canada, distribute winter supplies to families in need. We learn about the dangers of COPD, a disease caused primarily by smoking. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri. Thank you for joining us. In Canada, Tzu Chi volunteers in Richmond, British Columbia, have been helping out at a local food bank since 2004. Starting in 2006, they have also begun distributing supplies for people in need when the winter sets in. This year, they gave out winter supplies and food to 582 families in 6 distributions over the course of 5 days. Let's take a look.
It is freezing outdoors, so the volunteers give them hot tea first. Once they are inside the food bank, they can receive the supplies and well wishes from the volunteers.
I'm fine, thank you.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Richmond held 6 distributions in 5 days, benefiting 582 families. Those who volunteered are those who also help out at the food bank every week.
It's a blessing to give than to receive, so I feel very good. So each time I leave the food bank, I always feel a sense of fulfillment.
I have retired, so I once thought I would become useless, but now I've found out I am still useful because many people ask me to help them here, doing this or that. It makes me feel they need me.
Feeling needed brings joy to one's heart. Many people see Tzu Chi's coin banks after receiving their goods and drop their coins, so they can also become givers of love.
Representatives of 2 foundations that Tzu Chi has been working with to deliver aid to Sierra Leone recently traveled to Taiwan to give their annual report to Master Zheng Yan. While sharing the results of their joint work, they also hope to find more ways to help the people in need in Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone was once in turmoil because of Ebola virus. Back then, Tzu Chi joined hands with Healy Foundation and Caritas Foundation to carry out epidemic prevention measures. Afterwards, they also gave out rights to orphans and survivors of Ebola epidemic.
真的很感恩呐，你拢无受辛苦吼，不怕辛劳的这样的不断的去关怀，那当然也可以有这么多的机构可以我们大家来合作互协嘛，医疗有医疗的系统嘛，慈善有慈善的系统嘛。那我们假如是说，旁边要补充的物资哈，那我们就是大家来和助行的帮助哈。
People of the Republic of Sierra Leone still do not have proper medical services and sanitation. On December 13th, Tzu Chi volunteers came to give a report to the Master. Representatives of Healy and Caritas Foundations also came to meet the Master and hope for further cooperation with Tzu Chi.
We want to come to thank the Tzu Chi Foundation and Master Shan. And this time I saw the hospital with all the people, you know, the volume of people and everything. So yes, it's different.
First of all, so just say thank you, and then to see how we continue our relationship and build the friendship that have been established. Because they said a friend in need is a friend indeed.
As 2017 approaches, Tzu Chi has not slowed down its assistance in different parts of the world and will look forward to new partnership to spread love to the world.
As December 22nd marks Mother's Day in Indonesia, local Tzu Chi volunteers recently invited care recipients and scholarship recipients to attend a celebration prior to the special day. One of the activities the volunteers planned includes asking children to wash the feet of their mothers, allowing children to show their appreciation.
December 22nd marks Mother's Day in Indonesia. Prior to the special day, Tzu Chi volunteers invite 60 care recipients and 31 scholarship recipients to attend a celebration.
Temanya ini kan di bulan Desember. Di bulan Desember kan tanggal 22 kan ada hari Ibu.
In celebration of Mother's Day, we organize some activities to get parents involved. Through these activities, we hope that these scholarship recipients or care recipients can understand the love and care their parents have given them.
Itu bisa mengerti pengorbanan bukan ibu aja, tapi papa dan mama.
Though volunteers call it a celebration, they don't emphasize exquisite performances nor provide food or games at this event. Instead, they want the attendees to calm their minds and appreciate their mother's hard work.
Hari Ibu itu bagi saya adalah hari yang terindah buat seorang ibu dari anaknya.
I can feel my children's love. I hope they will be well-behaved and obedient, as well as be willing to help the needy.
Jadi anak yang patuh, berbakti sama orang tua.
Membasuh kaki orang tua, terharu.
This is the first time I help my mother wash her feet. I feel moved. From now on, I'll be a filial daughter. I'll also study hard and care for my mother more. I'll be an obedient and a well-behaved girl.
Through these activities, the children are reminded of their mother's great love while learning to reciprocate.
In Taiwan, as the holidays approach, 34th Tzu Chi from Guangdu, led by some city volunteers, went to visit the residents of Happy Mom Nursing Institute in Bali District. During the visit, the Tzu Chi put on performances and warm up the hearts of the residents. Let's join them there. Amidst Tzu Chi volunteers' warm welcome, residents of Happy Mom Nursing Institute have arrived for the gathering. Aware of the residents' mobility problems, the volunteers interact with them at a 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 ratio.
刚开始会不会紧张？
有一点点。
那后来为什么可以放得开？
因为他们也很热情。
During snack time, Tzu Chi feed the residents with pudding, warming up their hearts.
我就会牵着他的手，因为他手冰冰的。
I hold his hands because his hands were cold. Then I fed him pudding and he looked quite
他
happy.
也就是他看起来就很开心。
He was very gentle and let me hold his hands the whole
他
time.
不会讲话，不会。
He cannot talk or say thank you, but he will let you know he's happy with his smiles.
The volunteers have practiced hard to put on the performances, hoping their efforts have brought joy and happiness to the residents for the third consecutive year. Young people seeking to capitalize upon business opportunities associated with elderly people are now turning their sights to technology products. Today we'll take a look at two different cases, which not only allow you to take care of elders, but also create new business. If successful, it can take care of more elders and create many more business opportunities. Unfortunately, much of this business is entrusted to young people who may have to overcome many hardships. Here's our report.
This 30-something granddaughter visits her grandfather's home to install a video link so they can soon have face-to-face conversations with his great-grandson in Hsinchu.
As long as the TV has HDMI jack, a home wireless network, and enough bandwidth speed, he can receive video calls.
听得到吗？可以。
晨晨，什么时候要来？去溜滑梯好不好？心情较好啊。
I think it's good. If we don't see each other for a while, we can make contact this way through video calls, bringing us closer together.
Elderly people are most familiar with the TV and a remote-controlled device, as this tech developer wanted to keep this simple, to use design to allow for video call functions.
About 8 years ago on Mother's Day, I wanted to send her a gift, so I asked her directly what she wanted, and she told me that she just wanted to see me. So I thought about teaching her how to use Skype online. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to learn this and just passed away.
My grandmother lives in Pingtung, and we can all understand how difficult it is with children living in Taipei, with work which is so busy. Many may only make 2 visits a year to rural places like Pingtung.
These two young people, less than 30 years of age, set up a company to develop ways to teach elderly people about technology. They're inspired to do this service as community volunteers who receive support from elders.
The reason I started this business is because a 90-year-old elderly person told me that there are still a lot of things that he hasn't done yet. He encouraged young people to do the things that they want to do when they are still young.
And here we see three brave people who also listen to the advice of elders to start their own business.
因为创业目的就是要赚钱，但是赚钱是不是能够赚得比较有？
The purpose of our business is to make money, but there is something more meaningful than earning money. And when we make contact with elders, you learn that they aren't so familiar with 3C's products.
哎，许爸，我来喽。
好，请进来。
哎，来。
反而他都会教我。
They will teach us how to do it a little better and hope to expand this system to help more elders.
我在这边录给你们，你们回去自己这边念。这是我们上个礼拜录的。
Already able to use his phone to record an Erhu lesson, Mr. Shu says a lot of young people have shown him how to download lots of apps.
For example, apps that can be used include a tuner, metronome, and then one for tracking airplanes. There's even WeChat, for example, because family members live in China or the United States. There's a lot of different software available.
The last time I came back from Alaska on an independent trip, I wondered how to navigate the airport. And there is some software that can help you do this.
Together, this group arrives at 90-year-old Zhang Guizhen's home, teaching her to use a tablet, as her bedridden husband were now able to relive their younger years.
There's been such a big change. Once we have such technology, even my son and daughter live overseas, we still become closer, and it's like we're all together like a family again.
Young people are now teaching elders about technology and bringing many smiles to their faces. However, this instruction can't be completed in just a short period of time, making it difficult to earn profits as a proper balance is needed.
In Quezon City, Philippines, a Tzu Chi recipient, Claire Quintana, was born to a single-parent family. Her mother earns money by doing the laundry for neighbors, while Claire helps sell vegetables in the market to support her sister and her 3 children. Unfortunately, Claire suffers from kidney disease, putting extra pressure on the family expenses. As a result, she can't afford dialysis or buying medicine. Learning of her situation, Tzu Chi volunteers began providing assistance and recently paid her visit.
Tzu Chi volunteers are paying a visit to Claire, who suffers from kidney disease, which makes her body very weak.
In 2011, she went to the clinic and had persistent tonsillitis and wasn't cured, as we just took antibiotics on our own.
Claire was the eldest daughter of a single-parent family and helped her mother sell vegetables and do housework. Her mother even helps other people do laundry, though the money they earn is not enough. Tzu Chi Assistance helps Claire get regular dialysis treatment.
My mother and the volunteers take the bamboo coin banks, as she says that this is something that we can do to contribute to the community.
Volunteers provide her with the necessary medication, as well as rice and blankets on this visit. They hope to comfort Claire and her mother, but inviting them to listen to Tzu Chi's lectures to help poor people better care for their own health.
Our next story is about the dangers of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is primarily caused by the unhealthy habit of smoking. Every 10 seconds, someone in the world suffering from COPD passes away. And in Taiwan, over 5,000 people a year will die because of the disease. In our report, we'll explain the causes and symptoms of the disease so that everyone knows what to look out for over the coming winter month.
Those who smoke often and inhale large quantities of the smoke will damage their lungs over time and are at high risk of developing chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, which can make it difficult to breathe.
COPD is a very prominent issue for those who have smoked throughout their lives. They have the sensation that they cannot inhale enough air. That's because the inside of the lungs have been blackened with tar, so not enough air can pass through.
Every 10 seconds, someone somewhere in the world will die because of COPD. In Taiwan, about 5,000 people a year will die because of the disease. COPD mainly affects the bronchial tract. Deposits slowly build up over time because of the chemicals in cigarette smoke. This can cause inflammation of the trachea and causes it to narrow over time. You can imagine the lungs and the airways like a roadway system, with cars passing in and out and leaving smog and tar in the air. As smokers continue smoking over their lifetime, the traffic increases, eventually trapping the harmful chemicals in the airways and lungs. The inflamed and narrowed airways are like congested roadways, and this results in lots of coughing, phlegm, and asthma-like symptoms.
The most common symptom is chronic cough. A chronic cough is defined by continuous heavy coughing that lasts for up to 3 months at a time for at least 2 consecutive years. Asthma can also develop, which causes serious tracheal spasms, resulting in wheezing to get air through the lungs. This will affect the voice and also produce a lot of phlegm.
While about 90% of COPD cases are caused by smoking, other causes can include air pollution or serious colds that can lead to asthma. In both cases, COPD may develop.
Autumn and winter are the 2 seasons that COPD really starts to show up. For example, for people that live in south-central Taiwan, on farms there, they are typically burning straw. We say that's about 2.5 ppm of pollutants that they are around regularly. Viruses also tend to spread during the autumn and winter months. An influenza vaccine can be important in reducing the risk of flu.
If a person contracts COPD, then it is possible that other problems may accompany it, like cardiovascular disease, osteoporosis, diabetes, or lung cancer. Around 80% of patients who are diagnosed with COPD do not receive an early diagnosis, meaning many people, especially smokers, may develop the disease and never be aware of it. The best way to avoid COPD is not to smoke cigarettes. However, if you or a loved one is showing symptoms of asthma, heavy coughing, or expelling large amounts of phlegm, then it is best to see a doctor. With only one body in life, it's important to take the best possible care you can.
Zhou Daguan Cultural and Educational Foundation recently hosted a scholarship award ceremony in Taipei to distribute scholarships for students battling cancer. A total of 84 students received scholarships this year, with 12 students attending the award ceremony in person. At the event, some students shared their experiences of overcoming difficulties, while others showed a positive side of their lives through performances. Let's take a look.
Here at a scholarship award ceremony in Taipei, Hu Xin is performing a song with her ocarina. However, no one can imagine that she has suffered from liver cancer since she was born.
3/4 of her liver has been removed. Not long after she underwent chemotherapy for 6 months, her gallbladder was also removed.
I was actually born in Taidong's Haiduan Township, which is a remote area, so I want to repay my community when I grow up.
This year, Hu got permission to attend National Taipei University of Education. Her big dream is to devote her time to helping the needy. Another cancer crusader, Zhou Pei, was diagnosed with lymphoma in her neck when she was in the 8th grade. After undergoing chemotherapy for 3 years, she now has a big dream.
I think being able to speak a foreign language is very important, as we live in an international society. So I think an ambassador is also a good career choice in the future.
Some of these 12 cancer crusaders share their experiences at this event, while others showcase their potential through a performance. With the scholarships, they can also bring a positive impact to society.
In Taiwan, Taipei city government has recently awarded 162 disadvantaged students for rising above the challenges they face in life. In our next report, we'll meet 2 of them who have overcome their physical disability or illness to excel in school performances.
An education award winner, Tzu Chi, is communicating with his mother through sign language. He understands the hardship faced by the hearing impaired, as he became one following a childhood high fever.
My family is a single-parent family and I'm hearing impaired. Therefore, I understand the difficulties faced by children from such backgrounds.
Despite his disability, DaAi has become the first hearing-impaired student in the drama class of his school in 18 years. Wheelchair-bound Chen Yan'an suffers from a rare disease and often faints. Nevertheless, he has remained optimistic and is among the top 3 students in his class.
Since I have life experiences that differ from others, I know the sufferings other people go through, and I have become more tolerant.
There are many people in the world who are less fortunate than him. We need to face our situation bravely. Therefore, I try my best to ask him to live just like everyone else.
DaAi and Chen are among the life fighters recognized by the Education Awards Taipei City government gives to disadvantaged students. They have risen above their difficulties and persevered in pursuing their dreams.
Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter recently held 4 life-saving technique classes at the Jingsi Hall in Kuala Lumpur. In the last class, participants were tested on various techniques, including CPR application. The organizer hopes the classes will raise people's awareness of first aid. Let's take a look.
At the Jingsi Hall, volunteers are tested on life-saving techniques, including measuring blood pressure, cleansing wounds, and applying CPR.
Got breathing or not? Check and see got breathing.
Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter has organized these classes on first aid to raise awareness, as well as for the volunteers to apply the techniques in case of emergencies.
We want to raise the volunteers' awareness of first aid. In addition, since we have medical stations as various Tzu Chi activities, we hope the volunteers who went through the training can serve at the medical stations.
Many disasters keep taking place even around us. Therefore, we need to be prepared mentally so we can save lives and help people around us.
The
interactive training is pretty good, especially the last class, in which people trained in CPR came to demonstrate CPR techniques for us. That was very good.
At my age, my learning ability cannot be compared to those of young people. I need more time to review the lessons.
Thanks to the training on life-saving techniques, the volunteers are ready to safeguard the lives of people in times of emergencies and disasters.
In Taiwan, more than 100 participants of the parent-child class in Chaozhou Township of Pingtung recently went to a local nursing home, bringing some holiday cheer to the seniors there. The children not only served tea, but also gave a massage to the seniors, warming up their bodies and hearts. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.